Hello and welcome back to our Learn Lua course on Codecademy. This is Data Types and Operators, lesson String and Number Syntax. Letters and numbers in real life are easy to differentiate, but in programming, there is more to it than meets the eye. Previously, we introduced the definition of a string type and a number type. Number, a numeric value including positive values, negative values, and decimal values. A string, a sequence of individual characters inside quotations. It can be letters, spaces, numbers, or symbols. Strings can be created using double quotes or single quotes. It's up to you as long as they match. Both of these are valid strings. Here we have a print statement, hello world, using double quotes, and here we have a print statement with hello world with single quotes. Both will output the same thing. To include single and double quote characters in your string, use backslash in front of the character you want to include. Here we have print, and our string is in here, and we want to use quote right here, so we use this backslash in front of the character we want to include, and that is that character. Here we insert it again. This would output this string with the two quotes added into the string, and we're able to add them using that backslash character. Since a string can include letters, numbers, symbols, and spaces, it makes strings the most flexible type for representing any kind of data. However, that does not mean we should represent every piece of data with a string. Remember, we categorize data into types so we know what we can do with them. For instance, the string 100 is not the same as the number 100. They may look very similar, but they're not the same at all. The computer would interpret the string 100 as a combination of the three characters 1, 0, and 0, rather than as the number 100. Similarly, the Boolean value true is distinct from the string true, just as nil is distinct from the nil value. Whenever you're not sure what type your value is, use the type function to help you figure it out. Here we have print, and we use the type function, and we pass in the value, which is a string, and we do get that outputted string. Pick a number using the type function. Print the type of the number you have picked. So let's do that real quick. Here, we would just do, and that should output number because it is the number 777. Let us run it, and we do pass. And let's zoom out so you guys can see number. And then it says great. Modify the number in your code by putting matching quotation marks around it and run the code again. What happens? So it should say string. So now we got the quotes around the 777. Run it. We get string because the type is now string. And 3, on a new line, use the type function to print the type of the value true, which should give us Boolean. Let's go print type value true. It should give us Boolean, I would assume. And we do get Boolean. 4, let's check again. Put quotations around the true value and use the type function to check the type. So I don't know if I'll do it on a new line. It didn't say. Oh no, it's just saying do it again over here. So now they should both be strings because it does change to a string when we have quotes. So without the quotes, it's a Boolean. It represents a true or false value. But anytime there's quotes around characters, it would evaluate to a string. Let's run that and check it out. And it does change to string. So what we're learning here, strings and numbers, syntax, we're basically learning about different values. Number would represent a numeric value, including positive values, negative values, decimal values. And then a string is a sequence of individual characters inside quotations. It can be letters, spaces, numbers, or symbols. And then we also learned when we use a string, we're able to include more single or double quotes within our string as long as we use the backslash before the character that we want to include. As long as you're understanding the type function, the difference between numbers, booleans, strings, and that we can use the type function to figure out what kind of value we are dealing with, as well as using backslash to include quotations within our strings, single or double, then you guys are getting this lesson. And I'll see you in the next one.